Friday, the 28th of April, on this dark, dreary, rainy, seasonably cool with a 48-degree, 10:31 p.m. from the great state of Michigan in the greater Roseville metropolitan area, as we look at the Bitcoin price and the cryptocurrencies that have rebounded quite nicely after they gave up some of their gains. And it's doing what we were talking about in the Bitcoin price bell notification, like the channel, subscribe, and share for that education and information you need to fleece, heist, and shite. The shysters, fleecers, and heisters that are out there behind every trading service and every YouTube station. They're out there to try to fleece you and the paid promoters. You need that super simple, easy, probability-based trading system that we use here, industry exclusive, as we trade on a probability-weighted system to try to make trades and to sift away the charlatans and the paid promoters. And one of the bigger ones now that's trying to rebrand his image of calling out scams and stuff is BitBoy Crypto. And that's con man, BitBoy. I'm BitBoy Crypto. I told you to buy Celsius, and then it went bankrupt. I told you to buy these pump and dump coins that were literally called pump coins, right? He's a shyster and a fleecer, and that's what we're here for. Bell notification, road to 10,000 subscribers. And the Bitcoin price now is being knocked down and trying to bounce back, just like BitBoy Crypto is trying to rebrand his image as a guy that calls out the fleecers and the heisters. But we really know that he's the ultimate shyster, right? And that's what we're going to continue to expose as more episodes in that series are going to come out, exposing and reevaluating and exposing crypto influencers that are nothing but con men, right? Allegedly, and my own personal opinion. You can see we bounced at the 50-day moving average right here, and we're still trying to run up like we thought. If we try to hold this moving average, we'll try to come up to the area that is the blue trading zone, 29,000 that we've been fighting on Bitcoin, which is the VP volume indicator. And as we do know, if you coming from below it, it likes to act as resistance when you're coming and meeting it for the first time, and it did. Look at it. It did right there. You see this resistance? Right here, it got rejected. Came back down to the 50, and the uptrend, just above the uptrend right here with this rising channel that we've been in ever since we had the great reversal after the multiple great dumps. We had the one great dump in June that caused bankruptcies and liquidity problems, and then another great dump as we entered November 11th, almost Vincenzo'S birthday time, and then a dump, right? And then we consolidated along a major trading area, the blue trading range. After we hit our 2022 bear market low, we started a big reversal into this rising channel. Now what we're going to do is bounce and hit this back here at the bottom part of the VP volume indicator in red and get rejected and trade back down and maybe break all the way down to the 200-day moving average. Or we're going to fight and hold and crawl and scratch our way up and hold support on this green line, this rising channel line support, and then fight our way and squiggle our way through like Ethereum did through this blue or the red trading area and make it all the way up to 39,000 and then dump and roll over, right? Kind of like Ethereum's doing. But we're going to watch out for that because we still don't know. So the major area to watch is if you break this uptrend in the moving averages in the daily or 4-hour time frame, you're bearish and you're probably coming back down to a technical target in an educational probability weighted system. The technical target would be the bottom of the channel, which would coincide with this blue trading zone. See how that kind of lines up? And when multiple things line up, that leads you to believe that that is an area. If it broke that, it would come down to right around the 16,000 and change, all the way up to about the 19,600, right? And that's what we're watching out for. And then an upper end potential of 38,000 if it can squiggle its way north, just like Ethereum did, right? But we're going to watch for that because there could be a violent rejection if the buyers don't come in along a major resistance, area. And if we look at the aforementioned Ethereum, we traded after repeated rejections after the great dump back in the way left machine in June of 2022. We got rejected once, twice, 3 times, 4, 5, 6. Finally, on this last rising channel bull market, coming out of the bear market bottom, or a bear market bottom, maybe not the bear market bottom, we chopped our way through, kind of like initially rejected right here, kind of like what Bitcoin's doing now. And then we chopped our way through, spiked up to a major upper resistance that we had there, and then got knocked back down to the $19,000 or $1,900 and 2-cent level, right at the 50-day moving average in the daily time frame, and right at the top part of the VP volume indicator, and it's attempting to use it as support after it's been resistance for so long. But it looks to me like it's trying to top out, and this is going to be a major area that you would have to hold to continue the bull run. If not, you would eventually fall back all the way down to these very, very low levels down here at about $1,296, and an initial bounce bottom point at 1682 and 54 cents at the bottom part of the VP volume indicator. This is going to be an area that tries to hold support / resistance, but if it dumps this, you have a bigger fall coming, right? So you got to hold that if you're hoping for the bullishness to continue. The Cardano, the great Cardano dump. We had the great reversal, but now you can see it looks like we're topping out. We had a big dump down, broke that rising channel locally that we were in, flushed through that 43 cents, and now we're coming on in between the 100-day moving average and blue, and the 50-day and 200-day moving average in green. It's fighting and trying to hold support there, and what you would need to do is retake that 42 cents to get bullish again, or if you get rejected by that 42 cents and or the 200-day moving average in green right here, that's slithering down like a snake, like a charlatan and a heister. That would be something that if you broke that, you could possibly trade all the way, or would more than likely trade all the way back down to that 27 cents in a very bearish turn of events. So that's what we're going to watch out. Critical levels in Cardone, right? That shyster, Cardone Capital, right? They'll all come unglued on that guy too. Another shyster. The old whatever we're looking at right now. Let's delete that nonsense and shysterism. But the old our industry exclusive purchasing tool, right? We all love the purchasing tool, but you can see what we're looking at here. We got rejected midway through XLM, didn't hit the 12-cent level. I feel like it's got to hit that 12-cent level. I'm playing and thinking it's still going to come up there, but if we don't turn forces and change our course soon with the buyers, we're going to come all the way back down to the top part of the yellow trading zone, aka last line of defense, get my shit together zone, shit house, and this is where we're currently looking at to try to hold support, right? Right here, we're trying to gather some momentum here, make another vicious run up to that 12.3 cents, and then maybe make a run all the way up there at that purple dotted line, which is major area of resistance that used to be support way back in the way machine, but currently right now we're still getting resisted and still getting rejected, and we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Same with algo, harsh rejected. We'll talk more about that a little bit later on. I wanted to look at a little bit of XRP laws, right? We haven't talked about the old XRP in a while, and we really need to be talking about the XRP. And you can see the XRP from the last time, as I've had a lot of work, travel, etc., and partying in between these videos. I've been kind of absent the last couple of days, but we're getting back into the groove of things here in the greater Roseville metropolitan area, right? But if we look at our line tool, our purchasing tool, actually, to be more specific, we take a look at what's going on here. We take a look at what's going on here. You can see we got rejected harshly by this 51-cent level, an area that when we call the big pump back here, it got rejected several times and then ended up rolling over on itself and bouncing repeatedly down here at that VP volume indicator, the tight range, smaller range in XRP. But just like Bitcoin, just like Ethereum, and just like some of these other coins, it's bouncing, coming from above it, it acts as support, right? It wants to bounce, bulls are sitting there until it flips it and gets underneath it and closes and uses it as resistance, and then it flips it. This is going to continue to be down here at support back in June or July, back in November of 22, back in September of 22, and all the way back here in May of 22. But then we got resisted and rejected harshly, like we told you on a pump that we predicted, and we're bullish on XRP for one of the few times, really bullish in a shorter term or even a longer term time frame at XRP since I started making videos. We telegraphed a 40 to 60% pump to get rejected somewhere between the 50 to 51, 52 cent area, and this did actually spike up to 58 cents, so it overachieved like they often, but not always do. They overachieved before reverting back down to where you thought it would go, and then you had a dump, a consolidation along the bottom part of this blue trading area that's on major overhead resistance for quite quite some time since the great collapse of XRP in April of 2022. And then it got rolled over and came down to the moving averages and held support. And if you want the bulls to continue, you got to hold support here and then make another charge at 51 cents and attempt to nibble up into that blue area and then hold that blue area as support. And then you can try to start to flip it to make it bigger or greater and more phenomenally fantastic gains and move up to 68, 69 cents. Or you're gonna even if you come back up to 51, you're gonna get rejected. Fail to hold this 200-day on the way back down and come all the way back down to yes, I know that critical level we've been talking about for over a year now, that 37 cents, that the focal point of the price action has been within that 37 cents for seemingly forever, and that's what we're going to continue to watch out for over the next immediate shorter time frame, as the bulls are going to have to come back in, or the bears are going to start to take over this market that the bulls tried to take over the last 3 to 4 weeks. The bears are attempting to reverse the market, and we're going to have to stay on top of this and get educated with the most up-to-date information and news that are coming out that are affecting the coins, the cryptocurrency sphere as a whole. Hit that bell notification.